I'm Adrienne Giffen. Welcome to Now You're Talking, the podcast. I believe real conversation connects us in a distracted world. One of the greatest gifts you can give your family and yourself is your presence. Because leadership doesn't begin at work, it begins at home. This is your space to pause, to listen, to reflect. Your journey toward deeper connections starts right here. Today, I'm joined by Kelly Jorg, entrepreneur, mother of 3 young children, co-founder of Nalo Seed, a marketing and technology company she and her husband are building together. In this conversation, Kelly shares what it's really like to balance entrepreneurship and parenthood, from late nights building a business after the kids go to bed, to raising a young family while pursuing a dream. We talk about intentional parenting, homeschooling, the role of AI in business and education, and the systems that help keep family and work moving forward. Kelly, thank you for joining me today. It's wonderful to have you. You are an entrepreneur. You are at one point 3 little kids under the age of 3. Mm-hmm. And you work with your husband in business. How do you do it all?
Compartmentalization.
That's a good beginning.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yesterday we took time to do work outside of the home at the library because our business, Nalo Seed, we conduct at home for the most part. And honestly, sometimes we need to remove ourselves from the house because our kids are here. We have a babysitter. We hire a babysitter for 15 hours of the week, but the rest of the time, one of us is with the kids and we switch off. If we have client meetings, hey, okay, you have the kids, and we'll both try to take the kids out of the house to let the other person have the house for peace and quiet.
Yeah.
But really compartmentalization. So my calendar schedule is color coded. I think 4 different ways.
Okay. My
husband's schedule for work, my schedule for work, our kids' schedule, and then personal, if my husband and I have, next week we have a couples massage. That's our first one.
That's good. Well, that has to be an event all in itself, all the little people that you have to organize.
Yes.
To make that happen.
All these color coding is okay, you're allowed to go do that because the colors look right.
What? And do you have this on your fridge or is this a digital thing that you have?
Everything Google Calendar for us because we honestly, we probably wouldn't be at the right place at the right time if we didn't, because it reminds us, we look the night before, okay, what's tomorrow? Where does everyone have to be? Because if today, we're having this important meeting. So I purposely scheduled this podcast while my daughter is at choir practice so that I have the house to myself. So we know important meetings schedule while kids are doing their events that they go to every week. The kids are in choir, ballet, art,
So my goodness.
We do.
So you're managing all that at the same time. And so what is it like for you working out at the home front? Because as much as you say you compartmentalize, there's a lot of crossover. There's no going to the office and leaving the chaos and the mess behind.
Yes, because I hear the kids checking boundaries with the babysitter, or if it's my husband out there, my husband and I, we try to reinforce each other's, if he says you need to do that and then they don't listen to him, then I'm saying you need to listen to your dad, and vice versa. We always support each other because I think people who aren't parents, they understand what you say, you're training puppies, but I don't think people really realize in raising humans that we're teaching them everything. We're teaching them everything about their body to mannerisms, and I'm training them how to say hello to people, and I've told a friend that before, and they were I don't think my mom ever taught me how to say a first introduction to somebody at the playground.
Yes.
So when I'm it's working, and I don't full on headphones, like the noise canceling. My husband does the noise canceling. So when he works at home, he's totally zoned in. He's not here. But me, I'm like making sure that like somebody's not climbing on the counter. I mean, that wouldn't happen in our house. But like, like something that could happen.
Yeah.
And so I just
channel ears.
Be aware. Because like we allow them like to be wherever they want to be within reason. But we just did get rid of the baby gate. Like first time in like 4 years, 5 years, we got rid of the baby gate. So now they have full range of the whole house because we have 2-story house.
Okay.
So then you just, like.
And your kids, they're still 4, 3, and 2. Like you said, 3 under the age of 3, which is mind-boggling. But right now there's 3, 4, 3, and 2. So they're running. They're not walking around the house. Yeah. They're running around the house.
We keep the backyard door open, and now their uncle gave them a sand pit. So like if I'm not careful, sand is in my house. I'm like, yeah. So we have to be cognizant of like where everyone is at all times, because then the whole tissue box is out, or like all of the toilet paper roll is out, and I'm like,
my goodness.
And like it's not forever, and we're dealing with it with everyone, like 3 of them are having the times of their lives. Like they have their own words that they've made up. I don't know what concolita means, but like that's a word that they say all the time to each other, and they're just excited. They're so joyful playing together so much, and just like totally self-entertained with the 3 of them.
Yeah. That's great. Now, how do you so running a business, starting a business from scratch, you said it's much like your 4th child.
Yes.
How do you do that? Plus have your 3 little kids when there's only 24 hours of the day and probably not that much time to sleep.
No. Well, so like I do this where like I need to be better at consistently sleeping, but like one, that's impossible with kids because like last week we had sickness, so like I'm up throughout the night, but then like my body knows that I need sleep, and so like some nights, like last night, I put my kids to bed and I fell asleep in my son's bed, and I'm like allowed to have that because like that was me having like 4 nights of interrupted sleep.
Yeah,
and so like my body will be like, okay, Kelly, like I fell asleep at 9 p.m. last night, and like I got 12 hours, but then there are some nights where I get like 6 hours.
Yes, yeah.
So like my body like knows like we need to compensate. Like you can't do this forever. You can't do the no sleep forever.
Yeah, then you just crash.
Yeah, and honestly, like, even my health practitioners are even telling me, I can tell you're not getting like the like, because one of the things is that I do is grind my teeth, and like I see a chiropractor too, and so the dentist was like, this is stress related. So like, yes, I feel like I handle life and work. I mean, maybe it's not super balanced, but like I feel like I can handle it. But then my body is saying no. Like you need sleep. You're grinding your teeth too much. So like. And like even my chiropractor said that too. She was like, she was like adjusting my back, and she was like, "Are you getting a lot of migraines?" And luckily, like I'm not. But she was like, "I can tell you're so tense that like you're borderline, like your body is like will shut down, like like not really words, but she's just like there's like seeing signals that like my body is reacting."
And so what do you do with that information?
So we've been trying to really emphasize like our health and working out more. So, and like so if I know like sickness is in the house, I try to like go for a run or a bike ride, and I've been doing yoga, and like, it's so hard to like make time for ourselves, but like that, because that's the hardest part about being a mom is like making time for myself.
Yes.
It's almost impossible. And then making time for me and my husband to go on dates. And so like, it is nice that like we work together because like we'll like we'll go to a client meeting together. Sometimes we don't always work together with clients, but like we do.
Yes.
Last week we did a video shoot for a client. And so like we're together for that, even though it's not a date and it is working for 4 hours, we're with a client and we're not yelling at somebody to like not put their finger somewhere, like
Exactly.
like we're not exactly like we never go anywhere where we're not telling somebody not to do something. So like 4 hours to not tell somebody not to do something is really great. Like
adult time.
Yeah, like that's like really hard for us to come by, is just that adult time where I'm like, okay, I don't have to worry about anybody getting hurt or anybody pulling anybody's hair or anybody putting yogurt all over their hair, So, but yeah, I would definitely say making time for yourself is like so important. And
but that's easy to let slip through the cracks when you're in such a state of a frenzy, really trying to keep it all together with 3 little kids and a business. I mean, it's easy to put yourself on the back burner, isn't it?
Yeah.
And your relationship on the back burner?
Yeah, it's not. It's because the kids are most important. They physically, mentally, everything need you.
Yes. Yeah.
We do. So one of the things that we are trying to implement with the kids is like, even though they're only 2, 3, and 4, we're trying to give them tasks that are easy for them to manage. So like they're responsible from taking all the clothes from the washer to the dryer, which like, and they know how to press it on and unbutton for the washer and dryer. So, and like, we're trying to teach them how to fold clothes, but like, we want them to have a sense of responsibility. And so like the small tasks that like my oldest, who's 4, she can get her and her sister water for dinner. And like, they can't do my son because he has the sippy cup. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, so setting up dinner, you're responsible for the water. You're responsible for putting your plate into the sink. Because it's like, we have, like, every day our house is a mess. Like, that's just like, so like, if even that little task, that's all that they can handle, because like the plates are not, we have metal plates. So like, they can't physically break them, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, they're responsible for things that they can't break.
Yeah. And that's good. That's good for them to be part of the family and part of the things that need to be done. So they don't just take that for granted. I think even at that young age, that's key. And what are your thoughts around, I know they're young, but I'm sure you and Nicole, your husband, are still thinking about digital and how you're going to introduce digital if you are. What are your thoughts around that, being in a digital business?
We are in a super digital business, but we are like big on like, we have dinner. We have all 3 of our meals together. I mean, maybe my husband's working for lunch or maybe I am, but like the kids are with one of us for all 3 meals, because both Paul and I were very blessed that we both grew up in households that had dinner together every night, that like asked each other, like, how was your day? And like, I don't think that's commonplace nowadays, really. Like, we don't have the TV on during dinner. We limit TV time, and we take the kids to the library like probably every other week. So we constantly have library books in the house. Yes. And like, instead of being one of the parents that bring iPads to the restaurant, we bring books to the restaurant, and they are like flipping through them. So yeah, like even the 2-year-old, he's flipping through the books. My daughter is like, she's 4 and she can like sight read a few words, and like they know, like my daughters are Melody and Celeste, and my son Oberon, and Mel and Rizal. Thank you. They know their letters. Like, they know, Melody knows that M is her letter, and Celeste knows that C is her letter. So like out in public, she's like, that's my letter.
Oh, well, that's it. But it sounds like you're doing very intentional parenting. Yeah. Like you are making these decisions together with Paul, and you're not just flying by the seat of your pants. You're saying, this is what we want to do. Yeah,
we want, I mean, like we have, like they have, I don't remember which app. I think it's Khan Academy on the app, on an app on the iPad, but it's not even like, I wouldn't even say they're on the iPad for more than like 3 hours a week, out of a whole week, like not really that much time, because the problem with iPad for our kids is that we do not have 3 iPads for 3 kids.
Right.
And you know that my kids' age are not good sharers. So it's like a big problem to even bring out the iPad with 3 kids that are really young and who all think that it should be theirs. So like the only time it really comes out is if like somebody, like my youngest might be napping. So we're like, okay, then there's only 2 of you and maybe you guys can figure out sharing. But like if we know that sharing is going to be an issue with the kids, and it's not even there. Like that's why there's not much iPad. It's like we don't have enough to give to everyone.
Yeah, right. So it's always sharing.
Yeah, you have to share. But
sharing's always an issue. So that's a good excuse to put the iPad away.
Yeah, we have millions of books, so like everyone could have a book. But right. That like everyone wants the one that the other person has. Like that's always an issue.
That negotiation that starts early with siblings.
Yeah,
it always serves kids well going forward later in life.
But yes, for sure.
So share about Nalo Seed and your company, and where the idea came from, and how you and Paul differentiate yourself in your business.
Yes. So, I'll start with the name. My maiden name is Manalo, and Manalo in Tagalog, which is Filipino, is winner. And so we took Manalo and we took just Nalo Seed. And so the name represents we help you create your winning seed, because like not every seed is a winning seed, because like we're here to cultivate you, to strengthen you, to like weed out the bad if there's, because like we help people with rebrands, we help people from the ground up in like figuring out what your name should be, because like some people come to us and they're like, okay, we want a name that says this, and then I look it up on I look up the domain name and it's $5,000 domain, because like there are people out there that are just sitting on these good domain names waiting for somebody to like create a business and want that name. And so then that's like my background's journalism. That's where I love this part where like I get to be creative with them and be like, okay, you want this, but like let's come up with these 10 ideas and try to narrow them down. So I'm the creative process person where like I love doing the intake and like understanding somebody and their business and what their goals are. And then I take that to Paul, and Paul's our total web development guru who understands everything AI and like understands how to build it, understands how to integrate it. So he's making our websites, but he's also like making our full like softwares in the background and like making like our customer retention management, making our tasks in the background. So like everything talks to each other, everything's cohesive, and then like even having ticketing systems. And so, yeah, we're like, we call each other like the left and right side of the brain, honestly. And like, we really do think so oppositely. Like, even just like I love to read and write, and my degrees in journalism, I'm marketing background. And so like, you can like, he will ask me like, oh, how do you spell this word? And like, it's a big word and I'll like know how to spell it. But then like when it comes to multiplication and like a big like number with like 1,000 divided by this, and then add this, like, and he's like 172. And I'm like, what? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
It really like
shows
like, that like we are. And we're excited about that too, because we actually we're going to homeschool our kids. So like, yes.
Boy, that's another interesting dynamic. What are your thoughts around that?
Excited about it because like Paul and I both feel like growing up in the public school system, which we had good experiences in, was not challenging enough for us. Like we both like I remember like being excited about doing my homework and finishing it at school, and then like being bored at home, like never having real homework. And then like he graduated, like we both like graduated from high school in Washington State, and the program there allowed him to graduate with his AA, like so you can go to college for free and get your associate's degree. which like I could have done, but I was like, I knew that like I would have been done with college by 20. And like, I was like, I don't know what I want to do at 18 years old. Like, I didn't know, like, I knew I needed that like 2 years to figure out in college and everything. Like, even though it was like, it would have saved a ton of money, but I was like, but I still want to be a kid. And I just remember like, I graduated from high school with like a 4.0, and I was like, it wasn't hard though. Like, nothing was, like, both him and I were like, it wasn't challenging enough for us. And like our kids are like so close in age that they're really learning together. Like it's when you teach the oldest, the youngest learns too.
Yes.
Like so my son, his nickname is Obi, and my husband is like, well, I'm teaching my daughters how to say Mel, MELCEL, and he like taught Obi OBI, and like Obi can like. He's getting that, like he's getting that OBI, and like he's 2, and I'm like, what? Like, so it's just like we don't know like how much they could really know unless we try, and that's kind of where we're at. Is like we're already in like the choir that my daughter's in right now is a homeschooling community, so like we're
okay. So you're
same with the art classes we're taking, another homeschool co-op thing, so like. We are already in, like, not that we're, like, because 4 years old, she's pre-K, so we're not, like, regimen yet. But, like, we are already surrounded by other families who are teaching multiple kids. Yes. And so, like, I'm hearing, like, how they're doing it. And I feel like the community is, here in Austin, Texas, like, is so opening, so welcoming. And, like, these kids are really good kids that we're seeing in the homeschooling community. Like, they all love on each other. They, you know, because the thing with like public school too is we don't want our 3 kids to be separated. Like we get 18 years with them, and so we want them to be together and to like remember all the foundational buildings that we're creating for them to be a team. So that's
and then you are, so I've always wondered about homeschooling and that social aspect, but it sounds like you are exposing your kids to other kids through these other activities. And how, from an entrepreneur's perspective, are you going to be able to then be a homeschool teacher as well? I mean, there's only so many hours in a day.
No, well, like I work part-time.
Yes.
With my job and like my, you know, I call being a mom my real job. Like that's my real priority, my real job. And then my part-time job is like supporting my family.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, I'm a night owl. I do work at night. Like sometimes I'm working until midnight or 1 or 2 a.m. That's not often. That's just if I'm in the groove, because like,
yes,
with the kids, like there's no peace and quiet. So there's not really this like, I can really get into the zone in the middle of the day. I reserve like us having a babysitter for like me creating real connections with my clients. So that's like I go in person and meet people, and I do coffee dates, and I go to networking events. So that's what like those times are reserved for. But like my real being creative, building content for people is at night when like I'm uninterrupted and I can do it for hours. But yeah, we're like what we're building. No, it's like it is pretty crazy. Yes, I mean, like, we're only 2 people, right?
Right. And yes.
And I think in like last night we have a bunch of ongoing clients, and eventually, like it'll get easier because we're not we'll hit capacity, right? Like we'll hit capacity with how many clients we can have, and then we won't. Like when you first start up a client, there's a lot of onboarding work, and there's a lot of like, okay, I need to figure you out. We need to figure out our tone. We need to figure out how we work together. And so like the beginning is always the hardest, but then the maintenance, like we get each other, we're okay. And so like, we're not yet to that point yet where like everything is maintenance. So I think like our business is going to get easier. I know it's going to get easier because then we're going to be at capacity with how many clients we can have. And everything's maintenance. And check in. We'll physically check in or like video call. Like we have some clients that are like in different states and things. So like, but it'll be, and we're also working towards using AI more in our business. So like instead of instead of hiring more people, my husband is creating a bunch of different AI agents that are customized to what our needs are. So like, yeah, it's very complex. And like he's coding things and it's like, there's like 6 different things being coded at once. Like these AI bots who are our workers are creating things for us. And so it's really taking like the lift off of him on the coding world. Yes. And he can read all that and he can double check everything, but like he's not doing the heavy lifting and thinking on how to do those things. And that's like, that's why we can scale with just 2 of us.
Yeah, that's fascinating because when I read your website, it's about AI strategy and creativity. So it's combining those 3 things, and I find that quite fascinating that you're not hiring more people, you're just
creating more people.
Yeah, creating more people. That's amazing. And is it because that's where your Paul's skill is?
I mean, yeah, Paul's skilled at that. Obviously, we're going to leverage that. And I think like we're going to, and not just that we have Nalo Seed, like we have a bunch of projects that are simmering. Like we're working on clients and we're like trying to create our back, like our CRM for our customer management. We're trying to create that so we can scale and sell that to other clients. Eventually, you just create a product that's copy paste or you subscribe to it.
Yes.
We've only been in business for 6-7 months. So like,
right. So you're just still building.
Yeah. So we're still building these products, but eventually the goal would be to not have to have as many clients and just have to just have a bunch of products that we sell. And then we're like a software company.
That makes tons of sense. What about AI and your kids' education? How do you see that integrating?
Yeah, I feel like we can create such customized approaches. Like we could tell AI, like, hey, like our kids are really sensory, or our kids are, they need more of this. And like our oldest name is Melody, and she really like all of them love music, love dancing. I love singing and dancing, and we love music. So like how like we can use AI to like literally teach them anything, like anything that's on the internet is there, but like it can create like a whole customized approach to them for them.
Yes. Yeah.
That I'm really excited about. Like, and I feel like we're lacking, like AI is not, but we are the humans.
Yes.
We're figuring out all the pieces.
Right. So it's a combination, though. One wouldn't survive without the other. It's as strength is in together. The human and the AI together. That's what makes it.
My husband could speak more to it because like he's more in the AI world, and he's like he has a bunch of ideas on his head on how he wants to educate the kids, and he also taught special ed for the first year of his career. And then realized it wasn't for him. But like he still has that like teacher mindset, and like he's so patient. Like so my husband for 2 years after I had our second daughter, when we had, a 13-month-old and a baby who was just born, that's when he decided to become a stay-at-home dad. And so he was a stay-at-home dad for 2 years. And like I felt like that we wouldn't have been able to do 3 under 3 without his support.
Yeah.
Like I physically almost couldn't really like take care of the kids. Like if I had been a stay-at-home mom, like 9 months pregnant or 6 months pregnant with like 2 under 2, it's just like he can physically carry all of the gear that goes with the kids. Like I've gotten so physically strong because like I can carry 2 kids over 30 pounds in both of my arms if I need to, like if I need to, not all the time, but like if I need to.
What I don't know what we put our bodies through as mothers. It's so Kelly, knowing what you know now, what would you do the same, and what would you do differently?
I would absolutely have my kids this close together again. Like It seems insane, but I love what they have together, that they're all besties, you know, because like I see a lot of different families, you know, on the playgrounds and this and that. And I just feel like they have their built-in best friend. Like I tell them, I'm like, I had you three so close together so you could have your best friend. Like, go play with your sister, go play with your brother.
Yeah.
I just like, I'm really proud of it. And I think my husband and I, we both have siblings that are younger than us, but it was just like two of us. It's really interesting, actually. So him and I both feel like we're the oldest, but we both have a older half sibling. My sister's 12 years older than me, and his brother's 18 years older than him. And
it's a big difference.
Big difference. So like we have siblings, but we're basically the oldest. So we both have that older sibling mentality. And then the opposite sex is our sibling up below us. So we both have like our same, like older siblings the same sex as us, and the younger siblings the opposite sex of us. And so just like, I feel like when you have kids, you just think about the dynamics of your family more.
For sure. Yeah.
Like how do we build strong family dynamics, and how do we like teach them to respect each other? Like that's really big for us, is like we need to spend individual time with everyone, but also teach everyone like you're not getting rid of your sister or brother. Like they're there. So you need to figure out how to love them.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And that sort of that constant push-pull about sharing and negotiating and all the life skills that we learn being siblings. And so that's what you would do the same, Kelly. What would you do differently?
What would I do differently? I felt like there's so many times when I was like, okay, like I felt like it was breaking points. Like especially being when I was pregnant with my third and I had two young kids. And it's just like, what I would have done differently is like, maybe ask for more help. Like,
okay.
I don't think we advocated for us. I mean, it's hard though, because we have family that lives, both of our parents live far away.
Mm-hmm.
But they did come and help like when the baby was born and this and that. But it's just like, I think we took a long time to like, well, it's hard to find good care too. Like right now we have really awesome family that helps babysit for us. But it was just so, I think it was hard to like figure out like, okay, how can we even get help? You know, like it was just such a big, because it's hard to like trust anyone else. And I think like, and also like when you have a young family, like money's tight because like it's not cheap to have babies. And then it's not cheap to have babies back to back to back. So, you know, like, and I think like when people ask like, how can we help? I think parents could maybe ask like, well, could you pay for like us to go on a date? You know, because like for parents, you have to pay for the babysitter, which can be here in Austin, it could be $20 an hour for a babysitter.
Yeah.
And then you're asking for dinner for two in Austin is probably $100 minimum.
Yeah.
If you're going to a night, you could do it probably for $70, but still, so you're already looking at like $150 a night, maybe just for us to go on a date.
Yes.
Kind of like too much to go on a date. So like so like I feel like asking for help when I know my mother-in-law is visiting next week. So like we're going to take advantage and go on dates next week. And so like take all the advantages you can.
Yes. Yeah.
If people want to help you, like let them help you. You don't have to.
Okay. Well, good advice. Because as moms, I think especially, we think we can do it all and carry a lot on our shoulders. And I'm sure you're doing that. Thank you very much. May I ask you a couple of questions off of my board game, Now You're Talking?
Yes, please.
What is a small decision, Kelly, that you made that has had a very big impact?
Okay. Like this can be like any category.
Yeah, anything. Because we never know what are small decisions and what are big decisions, really, thank goodness, because it might render us sort of stopped all the time.
A small decision. I don't know. I feel like a small, I think earlier we were talking about like a little bit about the art of conversation, and a small decision that I make whenever I get on a plane is I do try to make conversations with people, if possible, like if they're open to it, and pretty much I'm an extrovert person. So like I make the small decision to like, if somebody seems open, I will have a conversation with them. And I feel like one of the biggest small, like the most impactful conversation I've had with somebody on a plane was this guy was an EMT. And he told me about being an EMT and the importance of being CPR trained. And I can tell you that's profoundly changed our lives, and that like it was very important to me that we got CPR trained. And my husband has been in situations where he's had to use his CPR training. Yeah, and I can say he's saved a life. He's done the Heimlich on somebody before and saved somebody
really
choking. And I just feel like just sitting next to that person, having a conversation with an EMT guy, and then just hearing like because you never know when emergency is going to happen and you don't know how to act. And what our training teaches you is like, they tell you you're in charge, you control the situation, you tell somebody people become paralyzed, you tell them, you call 911, you do this, like, and you control. Yes. Because like, if there's not an EMT person, if there's not police or fire, like you might be up to save somebody's life.
Maybe. Yes.
So like,
wasn't that interesting? And so you had one conversation on the plane, which then led you to take the CPR training, which then led your husband to save a life.
And I've never had to, and luckily he's there to step in. But I don't remember that EMT guy that I sat next to on a plane, but I was like, you know what? Like, and the other thing that he taught me is that every phone has emergency contact information.
Yes. So
if an EMT ever finds you, they can call your emergency contact from your phone as if it's you. So like your partner, your husband, like could be calling you a million times, and you know that that's important. But if like a random phone was calling you 100 times, like you might not answer.
Right. Yes.
So,
but it will come out as you,
it'll come out
as you were calling an emergency.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be locked. It can be locked, but you can, and it could even say like what your blood type is, if you're diabetic, like any of your weird items or things that people need to know, if you're allergic to penicillin or whatever, like you can write that, and like an EMT can access that and then not give you things you're allergic to.
Interesting. Thank you. So that's good to know. Can you describe, please, Kelly, a memory that you associate with your favorite childhood food?
I feel like my dad always, and we do this too, we're guilty of this, motivate you to finish your dinner for ice cream. So like, you want that ice cream, like you better eat all your dinner, and like I do it too now. Like, and yeah, so like ice cream is still one of my favorite food.
It was always your reward growing up.
Yeah, like it's still pretty up there.
Oh, that's great, and that will probably go throughout the generations. If you learned that from your dad and now you're doing that, your kids will probably say similar things.
I mean, we don't do it all the time. We don't do ice cream every day. But what it is there, and what's funny is that Celeste, my second born, is she literally will eat 10 times faster if she knows that dessert is on the line. We've been there for like 40 minutes and she's like picking up like literally one broccoli at a time. But then you say ice cream and then it's like, shuffle. Like, let's go.
That's good. Oh, well, that's good. Very effective.
Yeah.
Just a couple more. How has your favorite high school subject influenced your career path?
Wow. Okay. So I got the award for social studies in high school because I took it was called social studies. I took every single history course that was available at my school. So I took AP Euro, I took current events, and I love downloading information. And so and I love history, I love reading. And so to me, I took history over, I wanted to do photography because I'm also an artist. But I was just I don't know. Something about it was I I think it shows, and my degree is also in journalism, like I love understanding people and things.
Yes.
And yeah, that I guess that I've never thought of that, but it totally tracks with like what I do for my business is that I love trying to figure people out and understanding, like even like what I'm saying, like going to the grocery store and like talking to somebody at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just innately curious. I think that's what it shows is that like I took all these history classes. I'm very curious. I want to learn more. Like, and yeah, I show up to work every day with my clients. Like, okay, I'm here to understand you so that the public can understand you better. If we can figure that out, then like you don't have to explain yourself. If I create a website for you that explains you well, then somebody will give you a handshake. And like I've had people who like had a first meeting with me where like they told me, oh yeah, I was excited to meet you because I understood this about your About Us page. And so like that's a really cool feeling that I want to give to all my clients, that like people understand you. And like we're doing video content days too. And so yeah, like I want everyone to be warm and inviting. And like the cool thing about being a business owner is that you get to decide who you get to work with. So like,
yes,
I try to attract that. Like I want to work with cool people, and we are lucky and blessed enough that we are working with awesome people. And yeah, so I'm like, let's just like keep like, it's all like good karma and good karma. We don't know where it's going to snowball to, but it'll snowball somewhere good. It's like we have the right intention.
Yes, I would agree with that. So one more question. Who is your inspirational role model?
Inspirational role model. Well, I feel like I'm a person of faith, and I would say God. Like I have to say like that is what's grounding me in everything and in my family. And when it's too hard, like I know not everyone's religious, but like that is my safe zone with like, okay, I can't do all of this, but with God's help, I'm fortified. So
yes,
I would say, yeah, because I mean, there's a lot of different people who are really influential, but like nobody who I put like on a big pedestal, because like nobody's perfect, but like he is. So
yeah,
that's what
thanks for sharing that, Kelly. And so words of wisdom. What are some words of wisdom that you can share for parents, for entrepreneurs, for spouses who want to work together but haven't quite made that leap? You're coming from many angles.
So many angles. Okay, my best advice. Prioritize time, like for yourself, for your spouse, because like my husband's my biggest cheerleader and I'm his biggest cheerleader, but like times are going to be hard as parents because that's what we signed up for. Like we signed up for hard mode. That's what I feel like. But like, I think so like now that I've been running some 5Ks, and honestly, like what's rewarding to me is that the kids are seeing that, and the kids are saying like, oh, like my daughter is like running around the playground and she's like, Mom, I'm running a 5K. And like, I think that's like, we're doing something right if like my kid is like excited to be running around the playground. And so like like I feel guilty. I like when I first started going and doing my own things, going on girls' nights, I felt guilty, but then I come home and I'm happier. And like that's what our kids need to see, is that we're happier for what we invest in ourselves. And same with being with my husband. Like our girls, like they love all the princesses and everything. And they were like, Daddy, I want to go on a date with you too. Like, and, and I want, and if I didn't go on a date with my husband, maybe they're not going to say something like that, where they're asking Dad, like, hey, Dad, I want to be with just you. Like Mommy's being with just you, and like, so everything, even though it seems great, feels guilty, but it's important.
Yeah. And the kids are modeling. They're watching our every move, aren't they?
Yeah.
As parents. Yeah. Oh, well, thanks for that, Kelly. That's great advice. And what you're saying too is you put yourself into the equation. It's not just about your kids, or it's not just about your business. It's just it's the whole complicated ball of chaos. And you put yourself. Thank you very much for sharing those words of wisdom, and thank you for being here today.
Yes, I appreciate it so much.
One of the biggest takeaways from today's discussion is that building a business and raising a family both require intention. Kelly reminds us that success isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making thoughtful choices, staying connected to what matters most, and being willing to adapt as life evolves. Whether you're raising young children, building a business, or simply trying to create more balance in your life, I hope this conversation has encouraged you to keep moving forward, one step at a time. I'm Adrienne Giffen, and you've been listening to Now You're Talking. If something in this conversation spoke to you, follow along on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Instagram, and subscribe or leave a review to help others find the show. Meaningful conversation can change how we see ourselves and each other. That's why I created Now You're Talking board game, a simple way to spark real conversation. If you'd like a way to start conversations like this with people in your life and be part of the movement to get people talking again, you can join the wait list for the game in the show notes. Let the conversations begin. Now you're talking.
I'm Michelle Abraham, and we are honored to have Adrienne Giffen's Now You're Talking podcast on our High Vibe Podcast Network. For more high vibe shows like hers, head on over to highvibepodcastnetwork.com and grab your free gift from our gift vault from all of our hosts. Until then, stay high vibe.